always think yes. It will solve the problem quickly as you run out the door, and then when you come back, you'll still be nattering, and you can clean the room up, and you still got to have fun with your friends. So you actually sort of got both things. Don't worry about it. Sometimes you just have to sort of humor people. So I go into the Spider-Man office, and they go, Todd, you want to take it? We're having a bit of a problem. Come in. It's dropped like almost out of the top 20. You and David McFarlane, who's going to be the writer, do whatever you want. And I thought, cool, because here's something I don't think that you guys maybe quite understand. When you're doing like drawing comic books or writing comic books or writing a novel, a screenplay, composing music, it is very lonely. It's a very lonely occupation. You sit in a room by yourself for 10, 12, 14 hours a day, and you just are with yourself and your thoughts. So the only thing I was ever doing when I was at the desk was trying to entertain myself through those 14-hour days. Because I had deadlines. And it was get a page a day. For any of you that ever get in a comic book, want to be an artist, a page a day. That's how you do a comic book. It doesn't seem like a lot. That's all it is, a page a day. So if somebody isn't doing a monthly comic book, it's not because they draw slow. I've never seen anybody draw. They're just not at the board. They're at the beach, they're having fun, they're with a girl, they're doing something, they're just not drawing. You have to train yourself. A page a day, then you're done. Monday through Friday, that's 5. On 4 weeks, that's 20. On one Saturday, you do a cover, bam. You're a monthly guy. Done. That's it. So, it's like going to the gym. I gotta go once a day. So I go there, they give me a book, and they go, hey. And I hear they need some help on Spider-Man. They go, yeah. So I figure I'd get Weber Spider-Man or Peter Parker. But they go, we want you to do Amazing Spider-Man. To me, I'm going, wow, Amazing Spider-Man. That's a granddaddy. That's cool. So I go, there's only one thing. I go, they're starting to let me ink on the Hulk. So is there any way I could ink Spider-Man? And they're going, you can't ink 2 books. I can remember. So that's their use of one person, one pencil. I was now doing 1 book, 1 pencil, another book, pencil, another book, ink, and another book, ink. So they're going, Todd, you can't do the work of 4 people. And the answer is yes, you can. It's just my pencils were really sloppy. You wouldn't even recognize what was on the page. I was doing all the drawing with the ink. So I was really only drawing once. They thought I was drawing it twice. It wasn't true. So if you see some of the people here in Artist Alley, you'll see how some of them are very rough with their drawing. So I take over Spider-Man, and I go, the only other thing is that he was in that black costume. I don't know if you guys remember. And they're like, just look at Spider-Man to me. I go, when's the Spider-Man costume coming? That's like, that's not Spider-Man. And they go, no, issue 300 is coming back. So the best page is a whole issue. To me, if you guys have Spider-Man 300, it's the last page. Because he's back. I'm like, woohoo! He's back in the costume that I grew up with, right? So, and in the meantime, I got the co-creative character called Venom, right? Now, here's how sort of loose that stuff happens. David McFarlane goes, I'm probably going to do a villain, somebody is like the costume takes over somebody else, the black costume, we're going to get rid of the black costume. He goes, Spider-Man Peter Parker goes to the regular original costume, so we're going to put the black costume on somebody else. I'm going, okay, costume syndicate, it's like an alien, I'm going to make him big, I'm going to make him Hulk, I'm going to give him these cool big teeth, I'm going to put a tongue in him, he's going to do a hunched over, he's going to do whatever, and I draw it, and we get it all there, and then like, after I draw it for there, the day goes, I forgot to tell you what's going on with human. And I'm like, what? I thought it was an alien. And so they showed me what Brock looks like, and I'm going, it just looks like a normal guy. And I go, yeah, I thought mine looked kind of cooler. So I never changed it. I never changed it so it looked like a human with a black costume. I just made it look like it was a monster. And I made it so that it was big and thick, because, again, when you're drawing, you sort of have these ideas in your head. And so to me, Venom was 3 fingers thick, and Spider-Man is 1 finger thick. And I go, if you say 3 fingers and it's 1 finger, it seems formidable. It seems like, wow, I'm going to have to work on this one, right? If it was just 1 against 1, I'm like, so come on, Spidey, you can take this guy, right? It's not a big deal. And it's really, when people ask me, what do you think of Venom and the Beast in the movies, I would just made him bigger. I would just made him, again, more formidable as he was going up against them. So we do Spider-Man, I'm penciling and ink, and we go. And then eventually I get to the point where I say, I want to write my own stuff. And here's why. Was I a good writer at the beginning? No. Did I have great ideas? Nah. Why did I want to write? I wanted to write only for one reason. Because I wanted to draw stuff that I wanted to. Because here's what was happening. When I was working with another writer, not that I didn't enjoy David's son, I was always drawing David's favorite villains. And I was always drawing Peter David on the Hulk. I was drawing his villains. And I was doing all their guys. And every time I go, I kind of like the Hobgoblin, they're like, oh no, we'll get to him eventually. So I go, no, I want to draw other things. Here's the other piece of it. Here's what writers need to learn. And let me just tell you, my name is Todd, it only rhymes with God. But if I could be God for one day, three things. You don't do three things in that one day, God/God. Here's what I would do. I would end war and make everybody equal. I would feed the world. And I would make every comic book writer have to draw one issue. And here's why I say that. And it's number 3 after I feed everything. So here's why I would do it. Because here's what a writer does. And if any of you guys have got a clock, you can time it. We open up in Times Square, the middle of the day. It's rush hour. 10,000 tourists and people are there. The traffic is backed up with dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of taxis. An alien Armageddon of 12 spaceships comes down. Thousands of aliens are dropping down with their ray guns. The government and the army, the National Guard are all there, and it's a shootout. Go. Okay, what was that? 28 seconds? That will take me 2 days to even set that up. And I'm probably going to do a double-page spread so I get all that information, right? So it's too easy for writers to just throw away, here, Todd, you draw the million guys. I'm just going to say 1 million. Done. You draw the 1 million. It doesn't seem very equitable, right? So that takes me 2 days, takes me 10 seconds. It is not an accident when you see guys like Frank Miller, who's here. When he writes his own stuff, he doesn't do a lot of big crowd things either, right? He doesn't do the Avengers. He doesn't do he like takes one guy, usually in a corner, and a lot of shadows, and you're in and out, and it's very isolated stories. And so that was the other thing. You have never seen, and any of the stories I've ever written for myself ever do that scene or anything close to it, because it takes way too long. And I think if a writer had to draw it once, they would never describe that scene ever again, right? It would be, let's just contain it maybe in an office. We don't have to be in Times Square, right? Or just let's get it a little bit tight. So I decided that I was going to go write. So I go, I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit Amazing Spider-Man. I'm going to quit Amazing Spider-Man, and I'm going to go and do that. They didn't want me to quit Spider-Man. They go, we're going to give you your own book. Now, again, I've never written it, right? Here's the thing that people made a bit of a mistake on. They go, wow, we're going to get the award-winning artist named Todd McFarlane, and then we're going to get this newbie writer named Todd McFarlane. And people were actually thinking that Todd the writer was going to be the equal of Todd the artist, but like I said, I had a 10-year head start on the art, and then I was sort of new on it. But we went on it, we did what we had to do. The reason ultimately I left Marvel was they just wore me out. And they wore me out because it was silly stuff. They went, Todd, stop making the eyes so big. Todd, stop putting so much black in Spider-Man. Todd, why'd you put him in those weird positions? Todd, the webbing, it drove him crazy. I invented those sort of long webs that look like a cowboy guy and stuff. So why you have to do that, right? I was just messing with their status quo. And so they would bring me into the office, and Spider-Man at this point is selling more than any book at their corporation. And all they did was just sort of tell me to stop. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because they didn't like the style per se. I kept saying, guys, you don't have to like me personally, you don't have to like my style. My job is to sell comic books. I'm doing it better than anybody who's currently employed. I don't know, we keep having this conversation. But eventually, I just won. I go, guys, I got to walk out. I'm having a daughter. I was going to be a dad for the first time. I didn't know what that was going to do, so I walked out. We started in this comic book. I knew that if we left it one at a time, I had been reading, history said that if you leave one at a time, they can replace you. I don't care. Business, sports, anything. But you leave in a chunk, and you make an impact, right? You got a team called the Texas Rangers. You garbaged yourself for a year and a half. You guys are still competitive. But if you took Yu Darvish away, you took Prince Fielder away, you took Beltran away, and you took Andrus away, and you took Cole Hamels all at the same time, that would have an impact. And it's what we did. So we started Image Comic Books under the guise of only one thing, just so that you could create whatever it is you want, and you own it. And you own it. Image Comic Books, let me just tell you, is the best deal in the country for any medium. I don't care, forget comic books, bar none. Here's how it works. You create it, you own 100% of it. We take a small fee to basically get it published out. It's yours. And so ask Robert Kirkman, who's getting the money off Walking Dead. Not him. It's Robert Kirkman. So it works. So Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld and Todd McFarlane, a couple other guys, we prospered, but there are guys now prospering, and we hope that, if anything, if you guys got a great idea, let us have the opportunity to print it. We're doing 70 books a month right now. And most people know Marvel and DC, but if you ever ask a follow-up question, the one that's the third biggest, that's up. For 20 years non-stop, it is up. All right? So, along the way, when I left and started Image, I also quickly started a toy company. Why? Because we just sort of I was walking down the aisle and I was going, I don't get why you can't look cooler. It's that simple. And let me tell you, the answer is it can look cooler. Because all it is just plastic in a mold. And the question is, and I've won dozens of awards now. And they go, and every time I get one, it's always on to me. They go, Todd, here, could you do the sports figure? And they look so realistic, and how do you make them look so realistic? And I always say the same thing. I'm going to tell you guys, and I always give the secret away. I tell you how to make the guys look realistic. It's this technology, you may have heard of it. It's called the camera. And if you take the camera raw and you point it, and you take a picture, and you make the clay look like the picture, then it looks like them. The question isn't how do we make it look like them. The question is how did they not? Because they had a camera too. And they chose not to use it, or the batteries were dead, or the film went sour, or something went wrong. So it's always amazing to me how I get credit for doing something that to me should have been obvious. So let me give you another tip. If you want to look smart, hang around dumb people. It's true. It is true. Go into any kindergarten, walk up to them and we'll go, what's 5 times 5? 25, idiot. And you'll be the smart guy. You'll be the smart guy. But if people aren't doing something right, and you have a little bit of dumb luck, you can look like a hero. Let's do it, right? There's me, and there's 5 other guys who are going to run a sprint. Ready? On your mark, get set. And I'm going, hold that, my shoelace. It's loose. Hang on. I go to tie my shoelace. Go! Oh my God! I tie my shoe, I get up, and they are cheering me. You know why they're cheering me? Because I am in first place. Now, how is it possible that I am in first place when I haven't done anything? There's only one way. Because all the people I was running against took a step back. I'm by de facto the leader. And they go, God, you're so good, you're so fast. Right? And they give you awards for doing stuff that to me is just common sense stuff. So, will I take their awards? Yes. It's good for the resume. So, you want to give me, look at, I don't even know how to read music, and I got a Grammy, and it drives my wife crazy because she's a pianist. Right? It drives her crazy. My wife's a professor, and I did a commencement speech, and they gave me an honorary doctorate in that one. Woo! Woo! I said, I go, don't tell my wife, and when you give it to me, make sure you've got your cell phone on, because this is YouTube stuff. Right? And they did it. But they went, she had some choice words for that. So there's ways to get this. I got a doctorate, I'm a dumbass, and I've got a Grammy, I don't have green music, so there's a back door to everything if you sort of look for it, right? You can find it. So now currently, I've been at it, I don't go to many conventions. I think maybe probably 15 years since I've been to Texas. So welcome. Thanks for welcoming me back to Texas. We'll open up to a couple questions here. Currently, on the Spawn, I finished writing the Spawn screenplay. The deal on the Spawn screenplay is I write, the deal I make with Hollywood is I write, produce, director. It's mine. It's going to be said though, it's a low-budget, dark, scary, badass R-rated movie, right? So if you guys like things, if you guys like ghost stories, it's a ghost story. So is there a supervillain? No. Is there ray guns? No. It's just dark. And the thing that drove Hollywood weird, I go, Spawn never says a word. Because the ghosts in the movies I like never talk, right? And they were appalled. Hollywood was appalled by it. They were going, Todd, so let me get this straight. You're saying you want to do a movie called Spawn, and the main character doesn't talk. Correct. I don't get it. How's that possible? Well, there was this movie I saw when I was a kid. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's called Jaws. And that guy, that lead character didn't really have a lot of cocky parts, as far as I remember, right? But he did a lot of cool stuff in that movie. So the way it's just going to work is that this ghost, when it comes, this shadow when it moves, if you're on the wrong side, and that thing moves, you better be watching out. And there's a big twist ending to it, and it's just going to be big and bold. I don't know if it's for your young lady right there, but it's going to be a hard on, and we're going to scare the crap out of people. So that's what it's going to be. And the upside is, it's funny because they're going, you can't do superhero horror movies. So now, thanks Deadpool, right? So now we're going, everything's a nice going. To me, I'm going, let's just do a movie with a few F-bombs, right? So I'm just going, no, I want to do like a drama. So we'll see how it works out. If you guys are serious and want to see it, on my Facebook, I'll show you a bunch of stuff that I'm directed. I'll show you guys all the behind-the-scenes stuff that's there. So that's sort of, I've had a good life. I've had a good life, and I appreciate any of your time and your money, because my family, is very thankful for anything you guys ever do for us, because I know you can spend your money elsewhere. So we'll open up to a couple questions here before we wind it up. And who do we have here?
Hey, Todd.
Hey,
I'm Kyle.
Kyle,
you're awesome. Hey, I'm an aspiring artist, and my question is, if I submit you a sketch, will you personally critique it and send it back to me?
The answer is eventually.
Eventually?
Yeah, so I've got a big staff, and again, people, I don't even know how we put the staff, but we eventually get through everybody, right? So sometimes we go faster than others. I've had some people go, hey, you returned it in 2 weeks, and other people go, it took me a year, but eventually we get through it all, and we send it off, so. I'll just keep sending it, and we'll take care of you.
Also, I hope you're not a Blue Jays fan.
Oh, Canadian. I'm Canadian. Of course I'm a Blue Jays fan. Because I hear you check through like you guys like to punch us in the face sometimes. I saw that. Come on. Hey, look, years ago, I did a toy of Nolan Ryan, one of your local heroes here. And I did the one where he got hit in the mouth by Bo Jackson, and he was bleeding, and he kept pitching. And it's this great photo, and he just spits, and he goes, I'm good, let's go. Game on. Right? And he's a tough guy. And then I made the toy of that, and I sent it to him, and he sent me this autographed picture, and it's this famous photo of him with Robin Ventura in the headlock. Right? He's got Robin Ventura, the young kid in the headlock, and he's going to bash him, right? And it says, to Todd, thanks for the toy. No messing with Texas, Nolan Ryan, right? So, I had it up on my wall, I took this off. Yeah, next question.
Hi, Todd, my name is Aaron. I have a question about Venom. How do you feel about where he is now? The whole, a soldier Venom again?
Yeah, I don't get it. They've done it before with Dr. Doom and the Red Skull when I was younger, and they did it with the Joker. It's weird that whenever they get these really super popular villains, they want to exploit them more, so the only way they can do that is actually them making kind of good guys sometimes. It's sort of a odd thing, right? I think that there should still just be villains that are just badass to the core, because they're the ones that basically are going to push the heroes as far as they can. So I was never a fan of taking any really cool bad guy and even giving them 2 days of being nice, right? I don't know. So I see it, I don't get it, but again, I don't control it. They're Marvel.
Well, I just said Todd, not Todd. Just want to let you know, I love your Venom, though. He was my favorite.
Oh, thank you. Do we need to do a drawing for this? Okay. Okay, 4 questions, and then we're going to do a drawing for our statue here, too. What do we got? Oh, he's got fighting on his shirt.
Yeah, you wrote my favorite Spider-Man comic, or draw, not wrote, but I'm nervous. I was wondering where my